Yuka girl's hot. Got a couple of her posters in my nest. Meow.
Got it. Nice.
sure could use a drink. Gotta be some liquor around here somewhere.
Things will get better. One day.
Well, hello there, young fella. Welcome to Nuka World. I'm Mira, your friendly Nuka World informational robotic assistant. Is this your first visit to Nuka World?
A friendly informational assistant?
That's right. Just stop by whenever you have a question about any of our world-famous attractions. If you're looking to take a break, I can point you to one of our family-friendly restaurants, or the non-stop thrills of the Nuka-cade. Now, before you set off on your grand Nuka adventure, let me tell you about error, system malfunction.
Are you finished wasting my time, you filthy low-life scabber? 'Cause I'm getting bored, and when I get bored, I get violent.
You are clearly suffering from some kind of major malfunction.
The only malfunction I've got is this idiot scabber standing in front of me. Maybe I should solve my little problem permanently.
System restored. Oops! Sorry about that little glitch. Data logs indicate unauthorized tampering with my personality subroutines. Please contact a Nuka World maintenance technician as soon as possible.
What happened? Who was tampering with you?
I wish I could say. The personnel involved do not match visual records of any known Nuka World employees. Fortunately, my audio receptors recorded the entire event, and I submitted a holotape per standard security procedures. Now don't you worry, even despite that unfortunate incident, I'm still operating at well over 61% normal capacity. As I was about to say, I have a little tip to help you make the most of your exciting Nuka World adventure. Be sure to collect park medallions as you enjoy our amazing rides and attractions. There's a special reward if you collect a full set. If you have any questions about Nuka World, I'd be delighted to answer them. And remember, any time is the right time to enjoy a cold, refreshing Nuka-Cola.
Tell me more about these park medallions.
I'd be delighted to. Spread throughout the park are several dispensing machines that will give you a special park medallion. Once you've got a complete set, just bring them back to me for a special reward.
Where can I find these dispensing machines?
I'll give you a hint. You'll want to visit some of our most popular rides and attractions to find them. What else would you like to know?
No questions for now.
In that case, thanks for error. System malfunction.
You're still here? Get the hell out of my face, you miserable, dung-sniffing dirt scratcher!
System restored. Have a great day.
Life's too short for bullshit. Gotta party like it's your last... every day.
Ignore the peacock and the other day. We'll domesticate.
Well, look who it is. Liking what you've done with the place, boss. Gang certainly seem pleased with their new little kingdoms. Haven't seen people this revved up since last time someone spiked the water fountains. Never formally introduced myself. Name's Shank. And if you're standing here, well, I suppose Gage figured you might be the one to finally get things back on track. How long it'd take him to convince you it was time to move on the Commonwealth?
Let's get one thing straight here. It may have been his suggestion, but it'll be my decision.
I can see that. Well, regardless of the source, idea's a good one. Giving the gang spots to call their own around the park, it bought you some goodwill. But providing them with their own domains, carved from the settlements of the Commonwealth, well, I can't think of a better way to solidify your place around here. Plus, make us all a pretty penny along the way. If that interests you, well, all you've got to do is say the word, and we can let the fun begin.
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears. So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things: territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from, an outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave, or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. So, first big decision. You want to talk them off their land, or you want to wipe them out?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Once you've planted your flag. Now, next up, you'll have to pick who you want to hold your outpost once it's... Of course, every outpost you... And none of them like the thought of their rivals getting a leg up on them. Worth thinking over as you dole out more territory. So, which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
Let's do this later.
Your call.
Shank.
So you decided how you want to claim that territory?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The disciples.
Yeah? Better bring a tarp. That just leaves the target. Now for a new outpost, you'll use Taffington Boathouse. Croup Man. Though I'll need to go through my notes. We're not always gonna be able to... So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's...
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target? You...
Hey, Shank.
So you decided how you want to claim that territory?
Is there a difference?
Well, settlers will probably rally some bodies if you try and wipe them out. But it's a guaranteed way to claim a spot. If you try to scare them off their land, there's a chance they might just tell you to take a hike. At that point, you might be able to buy them off. But it could end up getting expensive if you don't work them over a bit first. Beyond just that, there are some places out there overrun with trouble. Ghouls, children of Adam, and the like. Those places aren't going to be interested in having a chat. So you're going to have more options if you go in guns blazing.
Is there?
Well, settlers will probably rally some bodies if you try and wipe them. If you try to scare them off their land, there's a chance they might just tell you to take a hike. At that point, you might be able to buy them off. But it could end up getting expensive if you don't work them over a bit first. Beyond just that, there are some places out there overrun with trouble. Ghouls, children of Adam, and the like. Those places aren't going to be interested in having a chat. So you're going to have more options if you go in guns blazing.
Get a gang together. Those settlers are as good as dead.
Ha! Stick with the classics. which gang you want to join you on the job.
The operators.
Got it. I'm sure they'll appreciate you thinking of them. That just leaves the target. Now for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with
Right.
Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
What were those targets you'd recommended before?
Croup Manor, Taffington Boathouse, Greentop Nursery, and the Slog. Again, I can't guarantee those will all be available targets till I check my notes. But if... Now you ready to make your decision?
We can't target certain settlements with certain jobs?
Unfortunately. Can't talk people off their land if there's no one around to talk to and the like. Most cases, I'll try to let you know why we can't target a place. But the biggest hindrance is if there's already some activity going on there. Though if that is the case, that Pip-Boy of yours might be able to give you some info on whatever might be blocking us hitting that spot. Now, you ready to pick that first settlement?
I'm ready.
Good. So, where you...
Right.
Let me... Wait, pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit?
That one's the target.
Of course, boss. So, these sorts of jobs are pretty straightforward. Move in, kill everything in sight. Be a couple of our guys waiting for you when you arrive. Help you clean the place out. Now, you're not going to be able to take a direct route to the place. Fast way to get yourself killed. So you'll have to meet our folks outside town. Wouldn't be surprised if some Minutemen showed up to lend a hand. Wish I could see their faces when they see who they're going up against. Now, if you're looking for something to give you an extra edge, probably. The crew that's joining you is just gonna have standard kits though. If you want to arm them up differently, I'd take along some extra gear. Show those settlers who's in charge.
Let's do this. Got him.
Thinking this place will do. At least once we get some supplies coming in. You ought to head on back, boss. Let them know how it went.
There's some things I can't forgive. I thought I knew you. I trusted you. And then you joined up with the scum. You can't even look me in the eye and face up to what you've done, huh? Fake. Don't test my patience. I trusted you once. Never again. Some things are unforgivable. I'm done trying to get through to you.
Identity confirmed.
This'll go better if we won't talk too much.
Well. Word going around is there's some new raider boss tearing up the Commonwealth. Not too shabby. I'll make sure your cut of any caps the outpost pulls in are waiting in your quarters. So, now that we got part 1 on the books, we can move on to part 2, provisions. If you want to hang on to this newfound territory, you're going to need to convince a nearby settlement to start handing over shipments of supplies. I'll make sure those shipments get distributed direct to the outpost. Any caps they provide will be waiting in your trunk up in Fizztop. And the more a settlement produces for itself, the more of each we can get them to cough up. Now, like before, the method's up to you. You can try talking to them yourself, convince them to hand over the goods, or you and a crew can introduce some bullets to some kneecaps.
Kneecaps? Meet bullets.
Sounds good. I'll make sure everyone knows this is a maiming job. So, which gang you want to back you up?
The pack.
Works for me. Then all that's left is the target. Only wrinkle is that it's got to be near our crew's new outpost. No settlement's just gonna hand over goods if there's no one close by to follow up on threats. And if you ever want to see for yourself which settlements are within range of... The Slog might be a good choice to hit, though I'd have to confirm that's still the case. So, what's the target? I think that one's your territory, boss. You're sure that's the one you want to hit?
Does that matter?
Only if you want to keep control of it. Targeting a settlement for a job is gonna break whatever connections you might have had to the place. Worth taking a moment to consider how much you like having that spot under your thumb. So, that the target?
Actually, I changed my mind.
You got it. So, you want to give me another target? Or did you maybe want to change up the job?
I think I want to change up how we hit them.
Okay. You want to go have some word?
Let me talk to them.
Sure. So, which crew?
The pack.
Works for me. Now, the target. The Slog might be a good choice. So, where you want to do this? Huh. Was that... Oh, that place. Isn't that one of your old stomping grounds? Sure that's the one?
That one's the target.
Just wanted to make sure. So, to get these settlers to cough up provisions, they need to know that we aren't a crew to be trifled with. You can try convincing them to pay up, or you could rough them up some. Let them know we mean business. Lizzie Wyeth with the operators ought to have some tools you can use to... Plus, having an outpost nearby gives us another option. Claiming the airwaves. Building a Nuka World radio transmitter at an outpost within range of the target will let them know we're closing in on them. Your Pip-Boy map should show you which outposts are close enough to serve. And if none of that works, well, I suppose you could always try paying one of them to convince the rest. And it's worth remembering, the more populated or heavily defended a place is, the more prep work you're gonna have to do to get them to bend. But, you got options. Good luck.
Boss, someone's coming through the gauntlet. Go see Fritch. He'll tell you what to do.
Hacking disciples. Bunch of amateurs playing dress up. Welcome back.
Should be a couple odd jobs available if you want to get your hands dirty.
Hey, Lizzie.
Over, boss. A pleasure. Shank said you might need some tools to ease relations with the people of the Commonwealth. Well, you've come to the right place. I've put together a couple of toys that should make getting what you want out of those rubes easier. Only thing we ask in return is that you remember the operators when you're handing out new territory on the other side of the mountains.
Don't worry, your gang will be taken care of.
Wonderful. So, first up, something to manipulate a target. It's a homemade distillation brewed to mimic human flight pheromones. Toss one of these grenades at the feet of your target, and convincing the wary settler suddenly becomes a much simpler affair. Now, to function effectively, I had to make the formula precise. So it's not going to work on people in any of the big towns like Bunker Hill or Diamond City, nor on caravanners. But for your purposes, hitting settlements out in the Commonwealth, it ought to give you a serious edge.
Take any advantage I can get.
Well, this should give you one. Here. Only had enough to make the one locally. But you can take the recipe as well, should you find yourself wanting more. So, the other trick up our sleeve is a little more broad spectrum than the grenades. Gulp down a couple lungfuls, and anyone you speak to will be far more... Plus, I've winnowed down the addiction risk to... Here. Ingredients for that one have been tricky to find, but between that and the grenade, you should have no problem getting at least one settlement under your control before you have to brew up your own. And just... remember us.
Lizzie.
Walking around this place at night, even without the bodies, it's hard to believe they ever let children in here. Really making a place for yourself among the operators, aren't you?
Never did get why Coulter brought in 3 gangs to claim Nuka World. I mean, he had us. Don't need the rest.
Max.
Boss, think you might be interested in taking on a task for us?
Sure, whatever you need.
Well then, Let me get...
Sure.
A request for support has come in. Someone's been leveling threats at them. I don't believe they pose. Apply this shock collar to him. If you can do it without being detected, wonderful.
Think I'm gonna enjoy that.
Was hoping that's what you...
Make yourself at home.
You're lucky Nish is in charge. If it were up to me, you'd be dead.
Plenty of prizes still left in the redemption system.
I heard you were looking for me.
You heard the alarm, right? That means someone's in the gauntlet. What happens next is up to you. You can take him on yourself in the arena, or I can make sure our little rat never gets out of the maze.
Time to put on a show.
Hell yeah! No better way to earn the Raiders' respect than just head for the arena whenever you're ready, boss.
You know, Operators on top.
Mason tarred and feathered the last alphas. Ain't been seen since. And it ain't smart to go asking him.
Only good thing about being sat outside.
You got some kind of death wish? Oh.
Let's do this. Ignore the peacocking the other gangs are doing. We'll domesticate soon.
Hey.
Boss, let's chat. Shank says you might need our help vacating the squatters living in our new digs. Ain't it just your lucky day? Wait till you see what I got. Found some toys a couple operators left on their corpses in the back alley. Not sure how they got themselves dead like that. Oh, dang. I took them apart and made a little something different out of the parts. It was just gonna be a toy for my pets, but it's more useful than that. Beasts find these things irresistible. Toss them on the ground, anything nearby and hungry will come a-running, ripping anything in their path to pieces. But, you're gonna want to be a safe distance away, because, well, things leak. A little. Don't want to end up becoming a snack yourself. Oh, and here. Take this paper. It'll show you how to make more. Don't look so surprised. We ain't all knuckle draggers.
It's impressive, Mason.
Ha, ain't it though? Don't forget where you got those. And when you're putting that to good use claiming new haunts, don't forget us. All right?
In this place, what's put in it? You remember that,
Those operators.
It ain't easy keeping the suit. We all do our part.
So long as you're careful.
Gates up, boss.
You really should rethink where you stand. Unless you're a fan of Project Red. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, you had to turn up.
Those operators. I'm sure the mission will be dying to show you better.
There's nothing I hate more than seeing you.
You really should rethink where you stand. Unless you're a fan of Project Red.
Hey, boss. Was wondering when you were gonna come see me. Heard you're collecting toys to help you mark us out some new stomping grounds. Well, ours is, without a doubt, the finest little piece of hardware you ever laid your eyes on. Sure, she may be based off some shitty operator tech, but a little Dixie love and some fine tweaking go a long way. Let's just say, them fever blossoms ain't no joke. Mix them with just the right ingredients, makes people madder than a hornet's nest. Perfect for convincing any meddlesome settlers to rip each other apart.
Sounds like I'll be putting it to good use.
Damn straight you will. I trust you'll make her mama proud. Only wish I could watch the show myself.
in a lot of instances, poor life choices will get you killed.
Hey, at least it's honest work.
Too many miles on the road.
Doc.
At least
dangerous
the pay
world
is
out there.
terrible.
Good thing, too. Otherwise, no business for doctors, am I right?
I need some supplies, Doctor.
I got loads of stim packs, chems, you name it.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
Make yourself at home, friend.
Welcome.
Yeah?
Yes.
Hey.
Can I help you?
I'm here to make you an offer. This place will supply me and my friends in Nuka World caps, food, whatever you got. In exchange, we won't bother you.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of hard work goes into this place. Can't just give it to you.
Listen, you're gonna start working for me now, alright? Just keep the supplies coming and we won't have any problems.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. Now please, get the hell out of here.
tear the place apart if we don't get the hell out of there.
Then I guess we'll just have to let them know who they're dealing with. You did good. Now get going. The adults are gonna discuss this. Figure this would happen sooner or later. Our outposts caught the attention of some of our new neighbors in the Commonwealth. An outside crew of raiders think we're honing in on their territory. Sounds like they're planning to tear the place up, and our people with it. Suppose this provides us a good opportunity to make an example. You thinking what I'm thinking?
I want to try talking to them.
So that's a no then. Look, boss. Your clout may get you what you want around here, but that doesn't earn you a thing with raiders in the Commonwealth. All those mutts understand is force, and I think it's time you and them came to just such an understanding. But you should probably get going. You wouldn't want to keep our new friends. Wouldn't be neighborly.
You, the Nuka World waste pile. You can move your gang into Sinner's territory and live? You give me one good reason I shouldn't slice you open and eat your heart right here.
You listen closely. This land is ours. So turn around and crawl back under whatever rock you came from. Right now.
Whoa, whoa, easy. Take it easy, all right? Sure, just, keep it. The place was a shithole anyway.
help, pal.
I was glad to help out.
Well, I can't argue with your timing.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we appreciate the help.
Just looking to trade a little.
Sure thing.
Heard some rumbles, this one didn't get you either.
Got
Figured I
another one
shouldn't be
coming through the gauntlet, boss. Fritch is waiting for you.
Those raiders won't be causing us any more problems.
That's what I've been hearing. So I suppose your recent success brings us to the next step. Loyalty. Without loyalty, everything that's yours ain't. And to keep a crew loyal, you need to keep them happy. Now, keeping raiders happy isn't real hard. Just have to make sure they've got their basic necessities, just like any other settlement. That they've got some things to keep them entertained, and that their food's taken care of, which, with raiders, well, isn't like dealing with other settlements. Now, if you detail on any of that, you just say.
I want to know more about managing the outpost's basic necessities.
Day-to-day needs. They're pretty straightforward. Just need to make sure you've set up solid defenses. Plenty of beds under cover, and enough clean water to go around. Not much more to it than that. Was there anything else?
I think I've got everything I need to know.
Sure. If you've ever got more questions, you come find me. Or you can always consult that Pip-Boy on your arm. No better tool to tell you what your outpost may be hurting for. Now, depending on the state of the place when you hit it, this first outpost might already have some of the bare bones set up. All you've got to do is build up what's missing. If you want to run some jobs to convince more settlements to start sending supplies, well, you know how this works. You just come talk to me. And I was thinking, with the outpost coming as far as it has, you just let me know if that's something that it... So, there anything I can do?
I'm interested in running a job.
Yeah.
Put the word out. Me and a crew are gonna convince some settlers to start paying up.
Good as done. And which gang you want to join you on the job?
The operators.
Sounds good. So, where you want to do this? You alright, boss? You gonna give me something? Want to pick some other target? Or another job?
Let's do this later.
Your call.
Shank.
Boss? Something I can do for you? There another settlement you want to help?
Answer some questions for me.
Shoot.
Remind me, what's the best way to keep outposts happy?
Well, you want to make and food. Beyond that, you could... And if you're wondering what the... It's got a page with all... And lastly...
Right.
You had any other questions?
That was it.
Got it. Something else I could do for you?
Nothing for now.
All right.
These cars get dead hot after a while.
Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, you had to turn up.
Guess you heard the alarm, huh? Well, you know the deal. You want to take down another worthless wastelander?
Time to put on it.
Hell, just...
We'll take care of the territory, boss. After all, you put it in good hands.